I don't know of any more pleasant way of passing a little time than watching a speedboat race, particularly when it's the Detroit Gold Cup races and we're in no danger of being sprayed. We can just sit here in front of a television set, dry and comfortable. We're at the Detroit River now with ABC's television news camera, having just left the Detroit Yacht Club. And we come now to Admiral Farley, Coast Guard Commandant, and Commodore Hirschman, also of the Coast Guard, looking the situation over for the Gold Cup races. We have a fair day, good water. There's one of the Detroit landmarks, the Detroit Power Plant, and we move along the river to the Texaco Company dock, familiar to Detroit rivermen and Fisher Boat Works. We come now to one of the entries in today's Gold Cup races, the Golden Gate Third, which incidentally is powered by Texaco gasoline, being worked under a shed, then wheeled onto the marine railway and lowered into the water. This is one of the nervous moments before the race, when they've got the speedboats out there to the Detroit River, but they still must be put in the water and started out to the starting line. A lot of care and preparation goes into this Gold Cup race every year. It's an important race. The Gold Cup has been in contest since 1904. A long time for any race to survive. And there's the Golden Gate Third on water. In fact, she's on more water now than she will be when she starts rolling. As you know, those speedboats, they just leap along in the air when they really get moving. There's the Tommy Ann the Fourth, long distance, and now we come up close and find her mechanic working on her innards there, apparently just putting the engine in. And there is Tempo Sixth with her owner, a fellow by the name of Guy Lombardo. Guy Lombardo, certainly, the orchestra leader. You didn't know that Guy was a speedboat racer? Oh, that guy can do anything. There's Guy there looking over the unloading of Tempo 6, and now she's in the water. We gave you a fast take on that, got her right off the truck and into the water. Guy is looking into the mysteries of tuning up his engine. He wants his motor to perform as sweetly as his band. There's Seabiscuit, not the horse, obviously. And there's Malton Hops. Malton Hops. Looks like a wet race with Malton Hops in it. This fellow forgot to bring a pocket full of waste today. He's been using his hip pocket there. Looks like he's been chased by the Black Hand. There's Buckeye Baby being lowered into the water. Hails from Barnesville, Ohio. Speedboats and their drivers come from all over the country for the Detroit Gold Cup. There's the Mr. Dockett, driven by her owner and handled by a crew of girl mechanics. Girls. Beauty of girl mechanics is that if the muffler falls off, they can knit another one. And there is So Long and So Long Junior. So Long on one side, So Long Junior on the other. A couple of fellas bailing out their craft. That baby shipped enough water to run the races in. If they'd have put it back, the river would be low today. There is the Detroiter, owned and driven by Jack Wood. Mr. Wood there with his mechanic. The Detroiter. And there's a charming little Detroiter, a little water sprite, here to give us a friendly wave. There's the Tommy Ann off for a trial spin. Race, of course, there were running qualifying heats first. There goes the Tempo 6th, Guy Lombardo at the wheel. So many speedboats entered that the first qualifying heat was run in 2 divisions. A lot of speedboats turn out for this annual classic. Tempo 6 has just gone downriver, now follows Malton Hops. Malton Hops. Where did they get these names? Borrowed from the Pullman Company. Ariel the Second. Ariel the Second. I don't think, no, there was no first in the race. There's a map of the course taken from the official program, shows the 3-mile lap around which the race was run. There's American Broadcasting Company's balcony and some of the crowd along the dock side. And those who weren't ashore were on the river in small boats watching the race, crowded very dangerously near to the course itself at many times. Now we're about to start the first qualifying heat, and here is Don Dumphy to describe it.
And they're off to a good start in this first division of the first heat, and Tommy Ann, driven by Joe Taggart, breaks on top, followed by Dockett. And then Miss Canada, driven by E.A. Wilson. And Golden Gate the Third by Dan Arena is in there as they make the turn around the first buoy. And then Miss Canada and Golden Gate the Third quickly outdistance the other starters and settle down to a two-boat duel as they roll around the 3-mile course on the Detroit River. Miss Canada is setting a terrific pace, and Golden Gate the Third in there too. Miss Canada holds the lead for 6 laps, and then has trouble as it blows a supercharger, and Miss Canada is forced to retire from the race, leaving the victor, Golden Gate the Third, driven by its owner, Dan Arena. Flashing across the finish line now will be Golden Gate the Third, driven by Dan Arena. There it goes, sleek and trim, setting a terrific pace, winning the first division of the first heat. And now here's Walter Kiernan.
And Golden Gate comes in with 400 points riding on her. That's what that heat was good for, 400 points toward the total score for the day. The crowd liked that first heat. It was fast. It was in good time. They got their thrills and excitements, especially when Miss Canada blew their first heat. There's part of the crowd lining the river. 250,000 people turned out for this event. Some professional observers there. Now it's time for the second section of the first heat, and here again is Don Dumpy.
And they're off again, and this time all eyes will be on Tempo the Sixth, driven by its owner, the famous band leader, Guy Lombardo. Tempo the Sixth is off to a good start. Buckeye Baby is in there close behind, followed by Aljo, and there's going to be a lot of contention in this race. There goes Buckeye Baby in 4th position now. So Long breaks down, and so we have to say so long to So Long with no pun intended. Tempo the Sixth sets the pace now and rolls along all by himself. Close to the buoy, he makes the turn. At some points in the race, Guy Lombardo goes close to 100 miles an hour. Past the checkered flag, victorious in the second division, Tempo the Sixth, driven by band leader Guy Lombardo, who waves as he goes by. And now again, Walter Kiernan.
And as Guy rounds the final buoy there after having crossed under the flag, the crowd stands on deck tops there and looks out over the river watching the scene. Those who couldn't find a place to stand along, everybody seems to be enjoying this race. So far, it's been a very exciting, thrilling race. Spills, thrills, and everything. And now there's Gar Wood, C.F. Kettering, and Commander Harry B. Greening, officials of the Gold Cup races. And they seem to be satisfied with the start of the second heat, and come in Don Dumpy.
And this race figures to be between the winners of the first two divisions, Tempo the Sixth and Golden Gate the Third. This race has the qualifiers of the first two heats. Blitz the Second is in there, Aljo the Fifth, and Docket as they make the turn past the buoy. Tempo the Sixth and Golden Gate the Third battle it now, and then Golden Gate the Third has trouble with a wire line and is forced to go under reduced speed, leaving the race almost entirely to Tempo the Sixth and Guy Lombardo. A terrific pace is set by the bandmaster as he roars around. There is the referee, Charles F. Kettering, and Vice Admiral Chester Ricka getting a good close view of the proceedings. Past the check flag, across the finish line. Tempo the Sixth is the winner. Golden Gate the Third is second in this second heat. There's Golden Gate the Third finishing, not quite as fast as Tempo the Sixth, but coming home second to pick up 300 points, while the winner will get 400. And now again, Walter Kiernan.
And Mr. Lombardo now enjoys the pause that refreshes, having won that heat very handily there. Comes ashore for a brief look-see where he can look down at his motor and see what needs checking for the race itself, the big race of the day. Buckeye Baby is being overhauled. All the boys were checking their engines. Here's the start of the third and final heat, and here again is Don Dumpy.
And they're off to an almost perfect start. There are 5 boats in this final race. Golden Gate the Third, piloted by Dan Arena. Tempo the Sixth by Guy Lombardo. Buckeye Baby by Gibson Bradford. Aljo the Fifth by Joe Van Blurk. And Blitz the Second by Robert A. Bogey. Blitz has broken on top, followed by Golden Gate the Third, Tempo the Sixth, Buckeye Baby. Aljo the Fifth is bringing up a pretty poor last and is making the turn, chasing the leaders. It figures to be a two-boat race now between Tempo the Sixth and Golden Gate the Third. Golden Gate quickly takes the lead and sets a torrid pace. Due to the additional points accumulated during the second heat by Guy Lombardo and his Tempo the Sixth, Golden Gate the Third is faced with the problem. By the time he's gone 6 laps, he's actually 3/4 of a lap ahead of Tempo the Sixth and Guy Lombardo. The others are strung out along the course. Buckeye Baby, Aljo the Fifth, and Blitz the Second are lapped by the leaders. Golden Gate the Third is setting a tremendous pace. The chances are that if this pace is continued, a new world record will be set. Lombardo, incidentally, is out after Garwood's world record of 70 miles an hour by Garwood's Miss America way back in 1920. You can see how fast the pace really is. In this race, by the way, the mechanic on Golden Gate the Third is holding a fire extinguisher in his hand the entire time for fear of an oil line break and flaming oil being splattered all over them. And really, you can't blame him. Golden Gate the Third still has the lead on Tempo the Sixth, but not enough of a lead. He can't seem to lap Guy Lombardo's boat. Past the Coast Guard cutter they go, and the pace is still tremendous. A Detroit News plane hoves into view. Wants to get a bird's eye look at the proceedings, swoops down low over Golden Gate the Third. Now you can see how fast that Golden Gate is going, but wait a second, something is wrong. Golden Gate has finally broken down. The tremendous speed was too much, and a piece of the rod was smashed, and the boat is forced out of the race. That's tough luck. And now there's really no opposition at all to Guy Lombardo's Tempo the Sixth. The other boats have all been lapped, and Guy is on his way to a new world record of 70.9 miles per hour. It's Tempo the Sixth all the way now. The race is no longer close, but it's still mighty interesting. Sleek and trim, she goes over the waves around the journey. It was on the 28th mile that Golden Gate the Third broke down. And now Tempo the Sixth is passing the fallen Golden Gate the Third, and Guy waves his hand at Dan Arena and says, "Tough luck, old fellow." It's almost over now, the checkered flag, and across the finish line goes Tempo the Sixth, piloted by the famed band leader, Guy Lombardo, a winner of the Detroit Gold Cup. And now, here's Walter Kiernan.
And Guy Lombardo cuts inside the turn buoy down there and heads for the judges' stand. Guy piled up the maximum number of points in that race, 2,000 points, 400 for the fastest time of the first heat, 400 more for the second heat, 4 for the third, 4 for the fastest heat, 4 for the fastest time for the full course. Guy said that at times he hit 100 miles an hour, and he said that he also thought that this was the day he could have beat Guy Wood's record. Here comes Buckeye to finish second, and Blitz is coming along to finish third. There's Blitz now bounding over the waves, but a little late. This turned out to be a race between those two boys, because Guy Lombardo was so far ahead that it was no contest so far as winning was concerned. There's Golden Gate the Third, returned to its marine railway to be hauled out of the water. Made a gallant but unsuccessful attempt. There isn't much you can do about a broken connecting rod. Even Mr. Lombardo realizes that. He's very happy about winning the race, and he finishes that bottle of Coke he started a little while back there. And then moves on to the judges' stand. That's the Gold Cup awarded in this race. Only Guy doesn't get the cup itself. He gets a replica of the cup. The big cup goes to his club, the South Shore Yacht Club, to stay there until it is challenged. Now there is the Silver Cup won by Lou Fagio, driving So Long Jr. That cup was awarded to the winner of the race, a fellow who had not qualified in the original qualifying heats and entered in the Silver Cup race. One of Guy's crew hands him a screwdriver. Guy uses a baton to tune up his band and a screwdriver to tune up his motor, and does very well with either instrument. That's Guy standing there with his crew now. And there is Dan Arena, who fought a good fight but lost, and his assistant, and Jim Meehan, Texaco engineer, and Guy Lombardo over at the side here about ready to move into the picture. They're comparing racing notes at the moment. Guy says, what happened? And Dan says, well, I'll tell you how it was. That connecting rod went and there was nothing I could do about it. There it is. If I only had one, things might have been different, he says. Someday, he says, I may win this race. This year I could just try. Lady Luck was not with me. Guy says, well, that could happen to anybody. And as the customers move in, our ABC television cameras leave Guy signing autographs.